Tonight, any letters to Minnesota prisoners are making a pit stop before getting in the hands of inmates. The mail will go to Maryland, be photocopied by a company called Text Behind, then sent back. We learned today it will cost over $500,000 a year for this program. But as Ian Russell found out, the commissioner of Minnesota Prison System says it's worth it.
We have to deal with problems as they present. And this is a problem that has presented.
An ever-present problem.
And we get a lot of mail.
With a solution now coming from outside Minnesota.
Goes to a place that is set up for this kind of work, hooded, vented, all of that kind of stuff.
The Minnesota Department of Corrections has signed an emergency contract with a Maryland-based company called Text Behind.
It just made sense.
DOC Commissioner Paul Schnell says they're better equipped to handle the work that it takes to screen mail for synthetic drugs.
We don't have the venting. Remember, many of these facilities are over 100 years old.
Mail will now be sent to Maryland, and copies will be sent back. Inmates we spoke to say mail may lose its meaning, especially if it's from a loved one.
How do you walk that line and balance authenticity and security?
I understand that there's a level of sensitivity and a personal nature that can be lost in that. At the same time, you can't let people die in prison. And we've had people die in prison.
It's an epidemic outside in our outside communities. It obviously inside here as well.
Inside Stillwater, inmates say they can help their community without changing the mail system.
Whether you have life here or you just have a stint here, you still want that person to go back to the community and represent, change.
Rich Scheibe and James Reed will both spend decades in prison for murder and say they can help ensure someone doesn't want to use those drugs inside Stillwater.
You can't spell community without unity, which starts inside.
You need all hands on deck, you know what I mean? It just can't be one side. You have to be both sides.
A big change, but one Schnell says is necessary.
Losing that access to, the card your mom sent you or whatever it may be, I understand it's not the same as the original, but it's where we are and what we need to do.
Schnell says they'll look at other areas to make sure that those synthetic drugs aren't smuggled in. That includes things like potentially looking at more screening for staff and visitors. Back to you.